Welcome back to Video Essay. Today we're looking at my first VR game, Batman Arkham VR. My wonderful girlfriend let me borrow her VR because my broke ass can't even afford coffee and let alone a VR. She let me play a couple of games, so naturally I went to one of them that I heard good things about, which was Batman VR. I remember this coming out and people talking about it, but I never watched gameplay about it, but after playing it, I think I know why. This game is tiny, which I only found out when I finished it in under an hour. So again, this is going to be a very quick review. Either way, let's put on some goggles and get straight into it. The story of Batman VR is super short, so I'm going to be going over every part of it, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I put bookmarks in the description that you can follow. The game starts with the iconic parents killing scene that is overplayed so much, but it makes sense to have it in a game like this. After his parents get offed, we see ourselves in the mansion. I figured out the first puzzle by accident when I tried to play Pirates of the Caribbean on the piano and somehow managed to open the Batcave, which, if that doesn't prove just how smart I am, I don't know what does. In the Batcave, we are told that Nightwing isn't responding and Robin is responding, and we need to go see them, so we head out after getting our grappling gun, forensic scanner, and the Batarang. We fly over to Nightwing's last known location and see him dead, which is kind of a crazy reveal. I was actually really shocked when he was actually dead, and I didn't think the game was going to go that hard. The person that killed him knew everything that he was going to do, and I'm not going to lie, he fucked him up good. He beat his ass. After scanning everything that happened, we see that one of the Penguin's goons had watched the whole thing, so naturally we string him up off a building and threaten his life. After getting some information and definitely doing some terrible damage to more goons, we head to the corner to look at some bodies and then find out Tim's last scene. Tim is in the sewer, locked in a cage, and so we try and free him. And after doing some puzzles, we defeat Killer Croc, who is swimming around, and then we free Tim. But I kind of noticed something weird. After that, we start ourselves in Arkham Asylum. Checking in on some cells, we get nothing. Ah, clown! We find ourselves locked up in a cell as we slowly go crazy. And I don't just mean Batman.
Well, we have a situation. Focus. I need to find out who did this.
The story is pretty good and kind of follows Bruce into Batman, into his friends, and finally into his killings and his jail time, which, if you didn't understand in the end, which I only found out after Googling it, apparently Bruce killed those two and got locked up after the Joker infected him. But I personally think that this is just kind of all a bad dream, seeing as the game changes so much and the scenes kind of start morphing together. The plot is super short and really doesn't give all that much, but it definitely shows what a full Batman VR game could be. It has complete enough story that it was worth the $7 I paid, but let's be honest, if you paid the full price for this game, it's a scam. This story is worth $10 at the very most. I swear, when this game was first announced, there was fighting and stuff in the trailer, but I'm probably wrong, so I'll throw up some research here. If I do find something, I'm gonna put it up, but I swear to God, I remember seeing fighting and different moves, so we'll find out. But this game is just entirely just puzzles and storytelling. I thought this was going to be a game that was just like the last few, but instead I was surprised with a game that shares little with the other Arkham games. There is no combat in the game, but we do get some really cool gadgets like the grappling hook and the Batarang, where we can even do target practice. The grappling hook is entirely just to remove yourself from the area, and the scanner is all for the story though. I do wish this game came with fighting or some other stuff, but to be fair, the stuff we get is pretty good. The sets and scenarios are really fun, and the twist was great. The VR was also really fun to move around in and did feel well put together and thought out. For a first run of a Batman VR game, it is really good, and the Batarang felt really good to play around with. The puzzles were fun to figure out, and the vibes were pretty good. The controls did really have you feel like Batman, which is obviously the entire point of the game, so in that context, this game did an amazing job. But as a standalone title, this game is very forgettable. It is not worth playing on its own, and like I said, not for that price. So that's Batman VR, a game that does an amazing job at encapsulating the Batman vibe, but does little to advance the Arkham name. I'll give Batman VR a C tier. While it does a good job of bringing Batman to VR, its length and lack of combat or variety of puzzles leaves a lot to be desired. Still a pretty fun game though. Here are a few comments from the last video, so thank you guys for commenting and engaging with the video. If you comment down below and engage, I'll put your comment right here and we can talk about it in the comments. Peace.